This one comes from Bounding the Comics. California approves equal pay lawsuit against Disney. 9,000 women to sue for alleged compensation violations. So that's pretty crazy. Now, the thing is that in order for you to actually sue a company, yeah, the actual the state has to approve of it, right? So they have 9,000 people. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. So in some basically, I'm not sure if it's just the theme parks or people that are working at the studios as well. So let's go ahead and read this. It seems as if the time for Disney to put their money where their mouth is regarding to the progressive virtue signaling has finally arrived, as thanks to arrival from the state of California, 9,000 women will be allowed to proceed with a class action lawsuit against them on the grounds that the company knowingly paid them less than their male counterparts. Oh shit.
Yeah. The irony though, given they like making strong female characters, right?
You know what they
Yeah.
could have done though? So here's the thing. They could just identify as a man and get more money.
True.
But here's the thing though, that gives up your right to be able to be a part of the class action lawsuit. Because a class action lawsuit of this magnitude could be millions. Right?
Yeah.
So you have 9,000 women who are affected by this. Right? So I've been involved in class action lawsuits before. You know, I randomly received like a $300, $400 in a check from like a specific company or something like that or whatever. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. It's because it usually is like if you're a employee between 2008 to 2010 or something like that, this time period, then you are a part of this a class action lawsuit. You're automatically put in there. So this is huge. This is 9,000 is a lot. Let's go ahead and continue. The largest such a legal action to ever go forward under the state's Equal Pay Act and covering employees from the Walt Disney Company's Disneyland Cruise Line, film, TV, ABC, Marvel, Lucas. Oh, so it's everything. The lawsuit also allowed to move forward on December 8th after Los Angeles judge, I think, is it Elihu M. Burrell, rejected the House of Mouses to attempt to dismiss the case on the grounds that it claims to be too broad. Wow. Now, here's the thing, though. If it was a bunch of men doing it, dismissal would have been immediate.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm surprised Lucasfilm is included, given it's led by Kathleen Kennedy. Like she's like, the force is female, right? So why are you underpaying your female staff?
Maybe Victoria Alonso is a part of this lawsuit too. I don't know.
Maybe true.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. But let's see. That's a lot of people. This is not looking good. And the fact that they allow, they mostly what's going to happen is Disney's going to settle.
Yeah.
They're going to settle. They have enough money to cover their losses, even though they are hemorrhaging money. But let's continue. Let's see.
For me, this case is like a bucket in a drop in the bucket compared to the Florida case. So it's like, okay, let's get rid of this one by settling. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but like if you think about it, like this is a shitty way for you to end your year, getting like fuck, man, another lawsuit. And I think this is extremely bad PR. Now, I wonder how bad the PR is. I do want to check their stock. So Disney stocks, let's go ahead and put the past 5 days. So this was on the 8th. So their stock went back up a little bit. Yeah, their stocks went back up a little bit.
How much is it now? 90 what? 90.
Okay, so let's go ahead and share this really quick. So currently
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so it went, so this is not that big yet because this just happened yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So this lawsuit is not that big. So that they're trying to like, you know what, we've been getting a lot of bad PR. Elon Musk has been shitting on us for the past 2 weeks now. You know, like we got to make a stop. We got to make a stop. Yo, Vise with the $10. Yo, thank you so much for the
Thank you.
$10
Thank you
super
for the
chat.
support.
You don't say anything.
But
But
yeah,
yo,
thank you.
you know, we're not forcing you to say anything, but thank you so much for the $10 advice. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate it. Yeah, how did it go back up to 92? Yeah, exactly. I wonder
Now
how
it's
it
just
did it.
like it's usually that usually happens in day-to-day stock trading. It's like it'll stabilize a teeny tiny bit. That's how it usually goes for stock markets.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back to the article. Let's see. In making her failed argument to the court, Disney attorney Felicia Davis declared that such pay discrepancies existed due to the fact that two employees sharing a similar position did not necessarily mean that their actual workloads were substantially similar. Her courthouse news following Judge Burroughs' decisions, plaintiff attorney Loris Andrus told the media, Disney has been gaslighting us for 4 years, and today they were proved wrong. This case is not about 9 individual plaintiffs. It's about all the women in California who work for Disney and who are fed up with being paid less than their male counterparts and who are seeking fair treatment. That's all. Now, if this is true, good. You know, like if this is found to be true, right? Of course, this is innocent until proven guilty. But then yeah, then pay out the settlements. You know, pay him off. You know, and stuff like that. And most likely, the thing is that if you guys don't know, Disney does have a blacklist. They legitimately have a blacklist. They will blacklist you from working for the company. So everyone that's part of this 9,000 people, they're gonna be no longer be able to work for Disney. Just letting you know, is because you are going against them. Come on, even me who used to work out Disney, the parks. I used to work at the parks, right? If you get, if you quit on like a bad standing, like for me, like there's this stupid system that they have. It's called the point system, and if you get above like a certain amount of points, then like you're gonna get let go. For me, I was so lazy when I was working there. I always like work late and like I sleep late and shit like that. So by if you get in on late at your work, they mark a point off of you. A no call no show is like a 3 point, and if you get like a total of like 12 points, you can get fired or whatever. So I got up to like what 8 points, and then I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna resign. And then, but this is if you resign on a bad, like sort of like bad standing, you're considered blacklisted from getting rehired back on as a park employee. So they do have a blacklisting thing. And because when you reapply, they always ask you, did you work for the company before? And of course, they can always double check your employment history. So yeah, so most likely these people, 9,000 of them, will not be able to work for anything Disney related. You know, so it's going to be pretty hard for them to get a job at Disney. But we'll see, right? But the thing
I
is,
think performance wise, it's fine. I not to discredit you in your work, but
no,
if
no,
it's
no. You can destroy me all I want.
If it's performance, I can see why. It's like if you had bad performance in the company, it's like I don't see why they would hire you again if you apply to them. But yeah, in terms of legal standing, yeah, that's kind of lame. It's like it's your fault, so that's the reason why these legal charges are held against you. Then you're gonna take that against them because they were simply doing the right thing. So yeah, that's another thing entirely for me.
But the thing is that but let's say if they want to work for Disney again, then you say that, oh, you guys aren't hiring me because I was a part of the lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that now if it's, you know, they have a bunch of these like women in entertainment, women in animation, women in writing, women in video games or whatever, all of these like strong feminist like you know, guilds or these organizations, they're gonna band together and to make sure that they will have jobs and stuff like that. But like I said, this is not looking good at all for Disney. And Disney's like, fuck, you know, like none of our movies did good this year other than one. But let's see. As detailed from the aforementioned courthouse news, Andrus claims that the female Disney employees not only received an average of 2%, 2%. That's still 2% less, but that 2% is very negligible. But okay,
Yeah.
it's like I got $100 and you got $98.
98, yeah.
I want my $2, man. Oh shit. That meant equivalent roles, but that their bonuses and other incentives were distributed in confusing and unfair fashion. Now, here's the thing though. Bonuses and the additional incentives are based off of your performance. If
Yeah.
these women think that just because like, oh, I'm here and I'm working the same job, but
Yeah.
do you put in the same amount of work? Do you stay longer? Like, do you complain a lot? When it comes down to it, you complaining a lot at work can be a detriment to your job for you to get bonuses. It's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what do you think about this?
Yeah. It's I think because 9,000 is a lot of people, right? I think some of them are valid and some of them are they're just riding on this. That's what I feel. It's like I've worked enough. I've have enough work experience to know that there'll be some lazy people out there. There's gonna be some complacent people, incompetent people that get away with getting paid too much. So I wouldn't be surprised if a significant number of that 9,000 are in that category. At the same time, there's also that group of people but then again, 2% is not that, yeah, it's not that much of a big deal. But I mean, yeah, you have the right to fight for it, I suppose. But yeah, some of them are probably legitimate arguments. But I, it wouldn't surprise me if a significant chunk of that 9,000 is like just riding on this, just so they can get more pay.
Yeah. Right. It's just like, oh, be a part of the class action lawsuit, and then you'll get back like $20 or something like that. Here's your $20 that you lost, right? See. The suit's lead plaintiff, LaRonda, is it Ramusin, claimed that to have earned vary amounts less than at least 16,000 in the six than the six other men who had the same. Okay, now that's a good amount. $16,000 is a good amount.
I think if we're gonna base 2%, I think it's the total number of years they worked. Comparing to the like 5 years worth of work of the male guy and 5 years worth of work of the female. That's how they arrived at 16K.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I think Disney's defense is going to break down, she continued, because here's what they're going to say. Oh, well, she should have paid less because blah, blah, blah. She be paid less because of blah, blah, blah. Because if you do that in front of a jury, you're dead. There's no way there's going to be acceptable in California jury in 2024. Now, here's the thing. There is a spectrum when you are working for a job. So let's say if as like I mentioned before, if you're working in these big companies and stuff like that, there's usually like a range for like a mid-level. You get anywhere between like $50,000 to like $68,000, right? Given on your experience, if you have a shit ton of experience, you're going to get paid on a higher spectrum versus the lower. So let's say if these females, do they have the exact same experience, right? Even though you are doing the same job, right? They can potentially get paid like 1,000 or 2,000 more than you, is because they go above and beyond, right? I'm not saying that women can go above and beyond men, but the thing is that it's just like you're basically doing this whole big class action against Disney for it, but like, what is the reason? What is their reason, right? Mostly their reason is like, oh, John Doe has 4x year more experience than you do, and we needed them for this position, even though you guys are doing the same job. You have more experience. That means that it requires less training, and they probably trained you and stuff like that. It's like that kind of stuff. But this is just me speculating. We need to hear more, more from what's going to happen. But to be honest, we're not going to hear a lot. It's because Disney's going to settle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not looking good. Not looking good, man. I mean, I didn't even know about the whole Florida thing either. So that's completely new for me.
Yeah, it's so it's 80 as of now, it's 80 pages worth of findings. So imagine how much content that Legal Mindset and WDW Pro will have Wait, in the coming months
Yeah, a lot.
slash years. Because they're gonna find more floor, they're gonna find more stuff. And for me, the funniest part of all of it, the best part of all of it, is we have the wokies to thank. Because if if they didn't push Disney to get into politics, they wouldn't have been audited. It's all thanks to them, right? It's all
Mhm.
thanks to them that they got to where Disney's in much bigger trouble now. So not only did they damage Disney financially in terms of box office performance, but also in the legal side of things, because they would still be getting away doing what they're doing now with the findings if it wasn't for them trying to Disney getting involved with the parental rights bill.
Thanks for checking out this segment of the Project Eggroll podcast. If you like what we do here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will know next time when we go live. We do go live every Saturday at 8 p.m. Once again, we are just getting started. Tons of more video to come. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.